down into 4 steps. The first step is a prep and lift. So on this aerial, I'm going to bend over and I'm going to stick my shoulder into Shauna's hip. And I want to grab her right leg with my right arm. So I'm going to bend over.
He comes towards my hip. And then this is my right thigh and his right shoulder. You can see our hands are over here on the side, and we'll show you the other view in a second. So from here, as you learn to prep it, I'm going to make contact with my chest on his back, and then Mark's just going to lift up. And I can balance myself with the left hand on his back. From this side, you can see our hands here. Mark bends down. And then I make contact with my forearm on Mark's bicep as we go up. For step 2, we're going to add the arm prep. This is what gives the aerial a lot of momentum. For this particular aerial, the follow is going to step back with her right foot and do a slight twist. And then Mark is reaching with his left arm and twisting as well. And so what we're going to end up doing is going the same direction and then a little bit of a back in. And so it has a little woo feel to it to get into the aerial. So we go together and then we go in, and then we're just going to do that prep from step 1, lift up. Good, so once again, we're just going to do this arm movement and then follows. We're just going to stay here and let the leader pick us up. So we add that prep after the arm. As you get comfortable with that, then follows, we're going to start taking a slight jump off the left leg. So we do our arms, and then a slight jump off the left leg into that position. So here's that prep once again. We do our slight twist, and then follows. I'm going to jump off this left leg into that prep position we've been practicing.
Good. And it's worth mentioning for leaders, I am doing a little bit of pulling. So when I'm out here, I'm going to start pulling my arm in towards my shoulder.
And because we teach matching, I start pulling away because I feel him pulling. And that provides us with a really nice pull into the aerial. For step 3, we want the follows to keep getting a little bit bigger each time with their jump off the left leg. And leaders, as they're ready to jump a little bit bigger, give a little bit more in your left arm so that she has a nice, good arm connection and takeoff from the leg. And then from there, leaders, you're going to start to feel some momentum going backwards. And so for our next step, the leaders are going to take a step with the left foot as the follow adds a bigger jump.
Yeah, so our footwork in total is going to be front, step, back. And that's left, right, left.
So all together, we add our arms, a bigger jump off the left leg, and a step back with the left for the leaders. So here's that step number 3. From this angle, we have our wind up, a jump, and a step back with the left for the leaders. For step 4 of this aerial, what we want out of our snatch is a nice big toss out or throw out from his back to the ground. So when we complete this aerial, we want it to do a back and then an in and an out. And we want that to be a nice smooth transition, but also really sharp and dynamic. And so what we're going to do is go back to that step 1 prep. And then Mark's going to go ahead and take his left foot step back. And from here, we're going to practice doing a throw out from this position.
We're going to start with that step 1 prep. And once we get our follow onto our shoulder.
And remember, we have this hand connection on the side. Follows my right forearm is against his shoulder or bicep.
And leaders, make sure your left foot is behind your right foot, just because that's how it's going to be in the actual aerial. I'm going to throw my body forward, and I'm going to release my right hand, and I'm also going to push with this left hand.
And as the leader pushes with his left hand follows, you need to push back with the right hand to allow yourself some momentum to land. So we do from here, so leader step with the left and throw your body forward, and then we push with these hands to do that landing.
So again, that's going to look like this.
We're going to do that step 1, get her on the back. Leaders, go ahead and step back with your left leg, and then throw your body forward, and then you both push with this hand connection to make that landing possible.
From this angle, have your follower on your back, then we're going to lean forward and throw her out.
So you've completed all 4 steps of learning the aerial. Now you're ready to put them all together. So we really want that back and forth and back for the snatch.